Hey guys, welcome back to Say What React. What was the lag on?
The lag was real.
Oh my god, what was that lag on our? Oh, it didn't look like it lagged on the
Yeah, it was
actual
just
thing.
something that we saw. Yeah.
That's so weird. My intro totally was like, what? It was like a fucking remix.
It was the remix.
The remix. Anyway, hi guys. Welcome back to Say What Reacts. We're here. We are on a live stream. It's a Friday night. It's a little late. That's okay.
It's all right.
It's a Friday night.
It's a Friday
It's okay
night.
that it's late. Hi, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Everyone's
people.
here. Everybody's present.
Hola. Oh, Laura sent me pictures of stuff she is sending you.
Ooh, don't show me. Keep it a
not.
surprise.
I'm going to keep it a surprise.
Keep it
I
a
am.
surprise.
Hi, guys. Mm-hmm.
How's everyone doing?
Hi, Priscilla. Ah, DPR.
Highly requested.
DPR
Here we are.
is fucking brilliant.
Bro.
He's a brilliant mind. Brilliant mind. So we're going to dive into that brilliant mind today. Carlos, only thing Carlos knows about him is that he produces, composes, directs, edits, does all of his own shit.
Yeah.
Knows that he's Korean Australian.
Yep.
Knows that he does have bipolar.
And you've been talking about him for months at this point now.
I have, because he's so good. And
you guys have requested it.
Yeah.
When we did a couple weeks ago in the tea time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what should I react to? You're
Yeah.
like DPR.
And I was,
she
I
was
think
like,
I need that has to be its own thing.
Yeah. So
it has to be its own thing.
Here he is.
Yeah. So super excited about this. So I guess we should just get started, yeah? Because it's gonna be a minute. There's how many different hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7. There's 7 things that we need to react to for this. I'm hoping. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Let me hit record now.
Yeah. Put your disclaimers up.
Yeah. We are hitting record just in case something happens during this live stream and it gets blocked. I can at least post this later because I'll have the recording saved and we will not lose it all. So we are recording now. Hopefully that does not make things lag. I hope not. But yeah, we're gonna wishful thinking on this. So I am reacting to, we're doing 7 things in this one video. I'm hoping that doesn't end up getting it blocked because usually if you do anything over 5 it could. We'll see how it goes, and if it does, I'll edit it some way, shape, or form to not
to keep it moving.
Get blocked. Also on top of that, this is a live stream. If you are not aware, because it's a live stream, I'm gonna have to pause. If you don't know that when you react to stuff live, copyright is insane, and will try to ding you for any little thing. Well, now you know. It's crazy when you are trying to live stream a reaction. It does not play. So, that being said, I actually have this little, oh, that's not what I want. I want this. Hold on a second. This little indicator. See that little eye? See this little eye right here? This indicator? Yeah. If that turns into, yeah. Well, I'm going to move it down here. If this turns into a yellow caution warning sign and we're not paying attention, please spam the shit out of our chat to like, hey, turn it off, like spam the shit out of our chat. Because if that turns into a yellow warning sign, that means it's going to shut our shit down if I don't get this off the screen. So I have to get it off the screen, give it a minute for that to go away, and then we can continue. So, yeah. Fun times. I did see that, Laura. Thank you. So yeah. So just please do us that favor. We obviously want to do this with you guys live. We want to see your comments and chat with you guys about the things that are going on in these videos and everything. But we also want to
stay on the air.
Yeah. We also don't want to screw up my channel by doing this. So, yeah. If we, because we want to try to do these things more often, and if it becomes a problem and keeps becoming a problem, we might just have to do them over on Twitch, record it while we're doing it over on Twitch, and then just post it later to YouTube. Honestly, that's probably what we should have done, but we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. So, But if it does kind of get messed up, then that's what we'll have to do in the future. And we'll just do it that way. So yeah. I'm super excited though. So we are going to go pretty much in order. I think some things might be out of order slightly, but this is the order I want to do this in. So that's what we're fucking doing. We are reacting today to So Beautiful, The Nerves, No Blueberries, Scaredy Cat, Welcome to the Show, Ballroom Extravaganza, and the DPR, the film, the movie, the Mito movie, part 1.
Oh, you don't want to do that little interview thing that you were telling me about in the car?
No, because I don't want to spoil anything for you.
I mean, towards the end.
Yeah. I mean, that's just an audio thing I'm gonna play.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, technically, it's a. Is it a TikTok? Maybe I think technically it might be a TikTok. I might be able to pull it up. We'll see. Anyway, so okay, I think we're ready. Yeah. So he knows minimal information, and we are gonna see what Carlos thinks about all of this. Spoiler alert, I fucking love DPR Ian, as should you. And so yeah, we are going to how are you with spicy foods? You're okay with spicy, right? Yeah, he's fine with spicy. Okay, so we are doing DPR Ian deep dive. We're starting with So Beautiful. If we don't react to the chat much, it's because we're doing this, so please understand that. I do have there we go, there's the screen, and we do have our pause warning up because I'm gonna have to pause, so keep that in mind, please. All right, yeah, so I'm probably gonna pause like once every like 30 seconds or so. All right, let's do. I shouldn't need captions. Yeah, he speaks English during the whole thing, so let's go.
Before I change again, remind me of the time when I still remembered. I feel it coming.
So when I first watched this,
yeah,
I was like, is he like a werewolf or something? Because I literally, I knew nothing. At least you know he's bipolar.
Right.
I knew nothing, like, at all. So I'm like, what am I watching? Like, I don't know what I'm looking at, what's happening. So I was so intrigued, like, from the beginning. I was just like, what is happening?
What was he emerging from, the kitchen sink?
Huh?
What was he, like, bursting out of?
I think he was just behind the counter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was just behind the counter. I'm obsessed with his music. So good. Okay, so like I told you, I'm gonna be pausing like every 30 seconds. Okay, hi. Hi, Papi Carlos.
Hi.
So, oh yeah, we can at least get the, oh, was that it?
That was like a little intro.
Yeah, I was going to get it to where it says So Beautiful on the screen. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, so when the whistling kicked in, after like seeing this intro, once again, I had never heard it before, and I was just like, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting like a guitar and whistling after this crazy ass intro. I just thought, I'm like, ooh, I might like this.
I like the visual cues.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like, you ever seen Snatch with Brad Pitt? It was a British movie.
I know what you're talking about. I never saw it. I know the accents in that movie were crazy.
Yeah. You ever seen Get Out?
No.
Oh. Well, just like the
I know what movie you're talking about, though.
Like the submerged underwater, like in the Get Out. It's like the quiet place. Like he gets hypnotized by his girlfriend's mom, and she like rings a bell, and he's like fucking. But it has like all his traumas like come to the surface when he's in this dark place.
Damn.
Brad Pitt gets knocked out in a fight that he's supposed to like throw or whatever in the movie, and it like knocks him into like he's underwater, and he's like trying to break the surface. And I think that's a very interesting like concept in terms of like emotional distress. Whatever triggers it.
The water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not like, you know, being in the beach or in a lake or in a
Right,
pool
right,
or
right.
something like that. But that overwhelming feeling of being submerged. It's the best like visual accompaniment to represent like anxiety and suffocation. You
Yeah,
know?
oh yeah, for sure.
I like that. I like that element a lot.
Okay.
I think I've got myself from you. I don't mean to let it through. I thought it through. Now come on, you know I just get confused. Got your funky love story. I love it when the skies can't see. I left a message in case to me. So bye-bye. A flawless ending.
The way I fucking ran when I saw this notification. Shut the fuck up. Yes. Hey, Caitlin. Wait, aren't you working? I thought you were working. She's like, yeah, and what? Oh, wait, no, it's 10:48. She's off by now. Yeah. Yeah. We're doing this. We are doing this, Caitlin. I'm so excited. Yeah. Yeah, I love his everything about the music he makes. I just love. Like, the feel of it, the vibe, his vocals. Like, yeah. I don't work nights. But I thought there was still one night that you worked. I thought it was Friday. Am I crazy? There's still a night that you work, right? Right? Anyway, okay. Now, do you notice the difference between this person and the other person on the...
Yeah.
Let's take a trip down a dark place, baby. Look for me now and not back. Let's talk about what makes you happy, 'cause I know I'm calling for you. Got your funky love story.
This is where I randomly go, oh, I like ferns in my first reaction to this. I don't know. It was an ADD moment for me.
Right.
But I do love ferns. It's just the greenery, just covering the forest ground. I love it. I've been home since 2 p.m. I only close every other Friday. Oh, it's only every other Friday. I thought it was still Fridays. Everything about this man is beautiful. You mean so beautiful?
Relax.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, let's go. Sax solo in the middle of the shit. I'm like, what? Okay. Bring this. Brittany, I love him. I know, right? Well, Carlos is now going to experience him.
Come get your funky love story. I love it when the skies can't see. I left a message encased in me. So bye-bye. A flawless ending. Got your funky.
Now pause one more time. You guys, get a room. Caitlin, I love you also. Brittany, I love you. Shut up. I've never noticed that before. Did you guys notice that song? Wasn't that? It's not ribbon, is it? Is that No Blueberries? Is that what it is? I'm like, what is that? That would totally make sense. Oh my god, I never noticed that before. Because So Beautiful was the first thing that came out. I didn't realize that, like, because technically No Blueberries was the song that came next. So that makes sense. That there's like a little teaser and he's picking up the gun. Interesting. So maybe we should watch that in order because No Blueberries is actually next. I was going to play Nerves next. But No Blueberries is actually next in order. So let's discuss. Let's talk. Yes?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think?
It's funky.
It's funky for
Yeah.
sure. What do you think of his visual portrayals of various things occurring in the music video?
I love it. The reason why I was like taking a deep breath and sound exasperated, it's like remember I asked you how old he was before we started this and we figured out how old he was too. It's like a lot of like cultural like impact and influence. Just again, my interpretation and observation, he's around my age. So it's like
He would have been like 30 or maybe 29 at this time.
right. So again, like the nods to like Guy Ritchie's Lock, Stock or Snatch and Get Out. Have you seen Kill Bill at least? Have you seen any of those?
I've seen pieces of it.
The reason why I bring up Kill Bill, so
I know exactly what we're talking about as far as Kill Bill goes, but I've seen
Yeah.
pieces of it, but not all of it.
so like Quentin Tarantino does a lot of like, there's a term for it. If I went to film school, I probably know what it is. But it's like when the visuals, tone don't match the audio of what's being presented, right?
Yeah.
So like an example of like Kill Bill Volume 2. I think it's in Volume 2.
Okay.
No, it's got to be Volume 1, where Daryl Hannah's character, she's a nurse with the eye patch, and it's
Yeah.
the whistling song when she's walking in the hospital and she's gonna poison her because she's an assassin. She wants to kill her or whatever. But it's that song in itself is from another movie that is about like psychosis and things like that. But again, it triggers one of those things because it sounds very pleasant, but it gets very dark and orchestral as she gets closer to the room, and then she gets the phone call from Bill, and he's just like, just leave her alone, and she like freaks out and walks out or whatever. I get this vibe too because it's a very manic episode in that part of the movie of like she's dressed like a nurse, like a sexy nurse, and it's out of place and no one's questioning it, and there's this, she's whistling the whistling part of that song, but then you realize like, oh shit, she's coming in here to kill Uma Thurman's character, Beatrix Kiddo or whatever, and then it all gets, there's a lot of tension being risen, but from how the aesthetics and the audio from it, it doesn't like sync up, but it like syncs up perfectly.
Yeah.
He has this vibe in this video to where there's a lot of things that don't blend well together, but they do.
But they totally do. Yeah. Exactly.
But I also like nod that because I feel like when you're in distress, I'm not bipolar.
Yeah.
I am related to a lot of people and how they explain things, of their thought process of what they can remember, or when I'm speaking to them during these episodes, what they're conveying to me in the middle of these episodes is very much like this.
Yeah.
To where
The
it's
chaos.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
But
though.
for them in that moment, it's not. It's just like. Yeah. I totally get what you're saying.
And to see like, I guess like in this daytime outside version of this guy, he's like exhausted.
Yeah, he like literally woke up in the street. He's like, "What?
Doesn't
Where
know how
the fuck
he got
am I?"
there.
That's why I was like,
stressed
"Is he a
out.
werewolf?" Like,
Nah, but that's
wakes
but-
up shirtless in the
right,
middle of the street. He's like,
right,
"Where the
right.
fuck am I?"
But he was in the woods. He's in the street. He has no
Yeah.
idea what's going on. But like he's coming to terms. Like at the end of the video, he's like coming to terms. Like, okay, it's happened again.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to figure out how to get home.
I just the way he attempts to portray the chaos that is happening to himself in these moments is so like, you know, unnerving, like and almost scary in a way.
Right.
Like,
it's
you
very
know,
uncomfortable.
super
It's
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. And did you notice that? I'm assuming you could tell there was two people.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
so whenever he is Mito, he always has the white eye,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
the eye is on the finger.
Yeah.
And I think he explained that as like having like the eye. It is actually a real prosthetic eye, even though he doesn't need it.
Right.
But someone made that into a ring for him.
Right.
And putting the ring on the eye on is a way that he tries to help keep control.
Mm.
How that's just how
Yeah,
he
it's like a
how
coping
he
thing
copes
for sure.
with
Like,
it. Yeah.
yeah, people have like coping. Like, I want to say fidget tool. It's a tool.
Yeah.
It's a tool to keep him grounded.
Yeah. So I just he's
But like my interpretation of this, like I don't think like the Mito character is ever outside exposed. Like him running in the woods in the dark, like that's what's happening.
yeah.
And inside is the insight. Like when he's having that episode, like that's where he is mentally. And
So you
the
don't think
external.
he is physically out there? It's just what's happening. in his
No,
mind?
he's physically out.
Oh, he is physically
like,
out
that's
there.
him
Yeah.
having that manic episode. Like when he's waking up, not knowing where he
Yeah,
is
yeah.
and exhausted. It's because like he's having, and we're seeing his thoughts. We're not seeing the actions per se,
Yeah.
but we're getting like that snippet of either going in or coming out.
Mm.
Like what he's doing in the actual moment of when Mito's in full control behind the wheel. Like we don't see that.
Right.
We see him like running
We
out of
see
it.
the change.
Right.
We see him coming out of it. We don't see what's happening.
Right.
During.
We don't know if he's
Yeah.
running into the episode or out of the episode, but I feel like whenever that's like taking control,
Yeah.
like that's what it feels like to me.
I could see that though. Yeah, because you don't really see the. I mean, you kind of see him like he's still when he's still in the room and he's kind of got that like smile on his face. And I think there was even a part where he was like, no, because even when he was like in the hotel hallway, he looked like himself. He looked like Ian, not Mito. So I don't know. Yeah, I think the only time we ever see him as Mito, he's in that room,
Right.
or in
And then
that
that
house.
relationship with that woman or whatever,
Yeah,
whoever that
yeah.
woman is. you
That
know?
wasn't Mito though. Was that just Ian?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like in terms
Yeah.
of perception.
Yeah.
Of having like that episode, like the first time he walks by, she doesn't want anything to do with him. But then when they're like face to face, she slaps him, and then he goes into
She
the
like pushes
montage
him. Yeah.
of him like running out. In
Well,
the wild
she
and
pushes
shit.
him and he falls into the water.
Right. But then on, it's just like boom, right out
Yeah.
the gate, full psychosis.
Yeah.
But it's also, did that happen?
Yeah.
And in reality of perception of like what, because a lot of things can trigger people to get into that state. Because all in all, maybe there was no altercation. Just her being in that room and ignoring him, like made him feel
that way.
which is an interesting
True.
perception. Because that's like something that a lot of people, it's hard to convey
Yeah.
when we get into those modes. Because we don't have to be bipolar or have any type of disassociation problem, but we all get to that point at some point in our life. And this is very interesting how it's being presented.
I know. That's why I think the thing I like the most about it is the way he presents like these things. I'm just like, this is just, his mind just works so different, and it's just so interesting to see the things he comes up with to try to kind of explain in a
just
way to
convey.
us.
Yeah.
This is what I deal with. This is
Yeah.
the shit that's going on, and maybe not literally, but it
Right.
fucking feels like
It's
it.
what it feels
Like,
like.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I love it. Okay, let's get this back on the screen. Let's go to No Blueberries, which is the one after this one, and it does feature another K-pop artist called CL. You'll hear her vocals on it.
What's wrong with me? Why do you keep doing this? What? Stop.
Yeah, don't forget your gun, bro.
Yeah. Definitely want to make sure you have that. So even just the beginning where you can see it kind of picks up from the last one.
Yeah.
And just him, like, having that moment that, like, he can feel it, and he takes medicine, and he has the ring on, and he's like, stop. Like,
Right.
So I literally had tears in my eyes watching this when it premiered. It was insane, yeah. Oh, wasn't that DPR Live? I think that's DPR Live.
Thank you.
This is literally me, though. Don't fucking put blueberries in my shit. I don't like them. No blueberries. I actually don't like any of the fruit that's there. Well, I like bananas, but not in ice cream. Anyway.
You don't like cherries?
I like cherry flavored things, like cherry Coke or like cherry candy.
You just don't like the fruit.
But the actual real cherries, I don't like. But you know what cherry I do like? This is gonna sound so fucking random. But you know, like the Dole mixed fruit that has the random little red cherries
Yeah,
in it with
like those.
but there's no pineapple in that one. It's just pears, peaches, and these little cherries. It's the only fruit that's in it.
Yeah.
I love those, and the little cherries in it are my favorite ones out of the little thing. But they only have like 5 of them in the whole can.
You gotta get the very cherry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the very.
Those
cherry.
are my favorite, but you have to get that kind because the other mixed fruit has pineapples in it, and I hate pineapple. Yeah, I fucking love that. But that's the only like cherries I will eat. What are those, like almost like a version of maraschino cherries?
Yeah, that's what they are.
Is that what they are? Okay, but just not as syrup, like
Yeah,
not
what do
as
they call
sweet.
them?
Maraschino
Like
cherries.
Candied cherries, maybe.
Maybe.
Because like in the process, you know, because they're kind of waxy.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
I
like,
love them.
Yeah.
It's like they taste fake.
Yeah.
I love them. Speeding up with the music. Okay, but why is he so attractive for like no reason? I'm just saying.
I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. No air to breathe with their masking tape.
This is gonna be the same. Like, this music does not fit what the fuck's happening in this video.
Right.
Yeah, this is totally gonna be like the same type of like vibe and feel.
I need a hostage free. I need a rocket ship. I need a run from. I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. No air to breathe with their masking tape. I need a hostage free. I need a rocket ship. I need a run from.
The effects on the person.
That entity.
Yeah, but it's like wavy and like
It's like smoky.
yeah, and smoky. It's very once
Demonic.
again, it's very demonic looking, but also once again very uncomfortable to see.
Here we go again to this beat. Tell me why you wanna be so sweet. Tell me what's in your eyes, baby. Red, green, or blue.
Welcome to the other side.
I keep losing my temper for you. Love it how you think I'm always this cold. Excuse me, more. I think I'm just a fool. What's in your eyes, baby? Red, green, or blue.
Sorry, I have to pause again just in case because obviously we're live. But yeah. Any thoughts that you want to contribute at the moment while we're paused?
Nah, it's just wild.
Right?
I think I'm just a fool. What's in your eyes, baby? Red, green, or blue.
Welcome to the other side.
I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. No air to breathe with their masking tape. I need a hostage free. I need a rocket ship. I need a ride from you. I'm just kind of from you. I'm looking down from you. I'm falling way too soft from you. Now tell me when to stop.
Your motto, pass me the tea.
So that's DPR Live, which is the other DPR, the other person that's part of the DPR, the Dream Regime. Yeah.
Your motto, pass me the tea. Good old, don't make me shoot. Same full of rappers, jump with the motto, so we need to go. Up to the floor. 느끼게 we blow. 저기서 놈 stylish, you the way.
Vibe feeling me, I'm more your ocean knows it. She's in love with me, and that's a drug and dangerous doses.
I know what your poses. Can't see straight, can't focus. Get chills when I see your old face, you the coldest.
I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. No air to breathe with their masking tape.
Did he have the cut across his nose in the beginning? I thought it was just like the black, like the red on his eye. I didn't notice the cut across.
Yeah,
from his
he was
nose
like
in the
beat
beginning.
up.
Which also makes you wonder, like, why is he so beat up?
He's running
Is he,
around.
is he
all the
doing
time.
it to himself? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
the street. I need a rocket ship. I need a ride from you. I'm just kinda
But at the same time, like, is he even beat up?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's one of those things. It's just like, all right, my man's having an episode in the bathroom, but there's like astronauts with pussy willows and shit. It's just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, facts. And why are the flowers that were on the table with the astronaut also here in the car?
Right.
It's like, what does that symbolize? Why are those there? You know. Thank you for showing Carlos these. I've been following Ian since like 2018 and learned about DPR in 2019. So, seeing you and Brian and so many others fall in love with them and learn it make me happy. This plate on their car has Evan's album title on it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
That's interesting because it's like, isn't that technically him? Kind of, maybe. Is that him?
What? What do you mean?
That
entity?
Is that him? I don't think it is because he would like him as Mito looks like himself just with the white eye. So is that him or is that just him trying to run from his demons?
Well,
you know,
I think it's also one of those things that like it's like a part of everybody. It's a darkness that we all share, and it's one of those things of like, who's he running from? Because in that moment when he like lights the match and shit and it flickers out and whatever distraction he was trying to fucking have, it didn't work, and then Mito came out.
Yeah.
So it's like him trying to fight him, but then it's just like we see Mito just being like, fucking let's just hang with the demons, bro. Let's fucking party. Like, what are you running from, pussy? So I don't think that personifies like any specific demon or entity. I think that's just like the darkness that's in us all. And like when we get into that dark place too, and like why in the beginning of this video, it's like a postcard of the diner, of the Devil Diner. There's no garage attached to it. So like all these events that are happening are like in his mind.
That's why when he like busts through the door, he's like, I'm in a car park now.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? Like interesting. Astronauts are either.
So when you think it's almost over, I got this bill to make you come up. So now you're blowing on your covers. I got this bill to make you come up. So when you think it's almost over, I got this bill to make you come up.
That's it. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the question on that one is, you know, like
I think his homeboys is medication.
I remember him saying that he doesn't like taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like
But he knows he has to sometimes. Yeah.
And I feel like he's in this garage and like all this shit's like popping off and his homeboy rolls up and he was just like, yo, bro, I got your back.
Yeah.
And when they're like trying to speed out, he's just like, nah. He was like, nah, we gotta take this shit head on, bro.
Yeah.
And he wakes up in the diner. But I don't think he took his medication that day. I think he was like, him in the beginning was just like, oh, I should probably take this. And just debating on, but him having the gun, he obviously didn't have the gun. He wasn't in the same clothes and shit. He just rolled up, ordered this shit. He's having a fucking episode.
Yeah.
But I feel like his homeboy was like his medication, just like, yo, bro.
I got you.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, and I know that he said that he was lucky because the couple of times that he has been in like a really, really bad episode, if it wasn't for like his friends or family being there, like really bad things could have happened.
For sure.
So that might just be an example of, you know, his friends being there for him during these moments.
Right.
So yeah. Okay, so next up we are going to see Nerves. This is my favorite song. Well, I say it's my favorite song, but I'm also kind of in love with Ballroom Extravaganza, so it's one of the two, but I love this song a lot. And this is more relationships, you know, while dealing with what he deals with. So yeah. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Okay, let's continue. Let's go. It's like, I just want to hug him. Like, I just want to be like, it's okay. Oh, thanks. There's no screen. We can't see. I'm sorry, guys. At least I caught my attention, because that means if this turns into an exclamation or a warning sign, I'll notice if people start spamming the chat. So at least that worked. Spamming the chat works to get my attention, so that's a good thing. So yeah, make sure if that little eye turns into a warning symbol, you let us know and spam the chat, please, please, please. All right, let's continue. I started it over for you guys. Like the stress, anxiety, you know?
Hey girl, I heard you're leaving town. Hey girl, it might not matter now. Hey girl, maybe it worked somehow. That's what I'll tell myself when you lie down tonight. So many times I cut off, held on. I still can't believe I left you all alone. You tore me down to pieces. You'll never know how much I wished I never let you go. Hi, how you doing? I heard you seem to be happy now. Hi, how you doing? Don't worry about me, cause I'm doing fine. So you
I need to pause. I need to pause. Hold on. Okay. Ooh, look at that. We got a green dot. It says excellent connection. It never says that for me lately, so it's nice that it says that right now. I feel like I haven't seen it say excellent connection in like forever, actually. So green dots are great. Green dots are really good things. Like, honestly though, I'm not even joking. Like, Caitlin, when was the last time we had a green dot? I mean, it's probably been like over a year since I've seen it say excellent connection. I will take it. Anyway, so what do you think so far? I mean, I'm loving his portrayal of anxiety, I guess. Maybe is that what we're seeing? I'm not sure.
There's a lot of shit happening.
Yeah.
A lot of inner turmoil.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. And the fact that he's able to show us on screen that inner turmoil, whether it's because it's happening in the moment and they're just capturing it, whether it's because he's acting out what he feels during those moments and he's just reacting it, you know, like redoing it, which could possibly be a trigger, you know what I mean? Like to, you know, like making yourself appear triggered could actually end up being a trigger,
Right.
you know? So even just him possibly doing this could be not great, you know, but the fact that he's willing to.
Well, yeah, that. But then also, too, like, I think Kenley mentioned that the medication doesn't work for him. So it's one of the things that in itself is a struggle as well. Because it's like, all right, this is supposed to make me better, but it's not.
Yeah.
Or it's affecting me in a way that because it's like when we were talking about when you were a kid.
Yeah,
Being
Ritalin.
zombified on Ritalin and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
you're not the same. But you're
Right.
not, you also don't have the faculty. As a child, you're just like, meh, whatever.
Right.
You know? But in the back of your mind, if you can remember back when you were 7, 8, 9 years old, you were probably thinking, like, I don't like this.
Yeah, who knows? I have no clue. All I know is that when I was off of it,
Yeah.
when it wore off at night, I was a hellion for my mom.
Right.
She's like, I cannot do this.
Yeah, and
So it's like all the energy that I wasn't expending during the day
Yeah,
was like
it goes somewhere.
stored up
Yeah,
until the evening when it wore off and I was like off the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
What I like about this, too, is like, everywhere he goes, he's alone. even though he's in places that should be occupied by people, which are probably occupied by people, but he still feels like isolated and alone.
Right.
I like that interpretation.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, absolutely.
Everywhere he is, but then it's just like, you know, the passing of like the medication in the beginning, him lighting a cigarette, self-medicating, trying to cope on his own accord because he doesn't like how this feels, and the crosses on top of the church passing and stuff like that. Like, obviously, you know, when you deal with that shit, you're reaching for whatever you can. Like, is it my faith? Is it the faith that I lack in a higher power, myself, or whatever belief I should believe? None of it's working.
Right.
And no matter where I am in my life at day or at night at his birthday party, still fucking alone.
Yeah. You're catching a lot of little things that have popped up flashing by. But yeah, yes to all of that.
We only saw Mito in the beginning.
Yeah.
How you doing? Don't worry about me, 'cause I'm doing fine. So you came around my house and you left your marks with your fingertips. I'm sitting where you sat down, and now he's looking for something meaningless. I'm getting to the purpose. I'm getting to the surface. I'm getting to the purpose. I'm getting to the surface. Hi, how you doing? I heard you seem to be happy now. Hi, how you doing? Don't worry about me, 'cause I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
He doesn't look like he's doing fine. It's like he's trying to convince himself that he's okay.
Nah.
No?
From personal experience, it's that in itself is a coping mechanism of not him telling himself that he's doing fine, it's telling everyone else that he's doing fine.
Okay. It's
But
not that
it's
he's convincing
obvious.
himself, he's trying to convince
You
others.
can't convince yourself when you know deep down inside that you're fucked. Like, there's no, you can try. I mean, when you're young
Yeah.
and you trying to figure it out, like, you can have your words of affirmation and you can surround yourself, you can self-medicate, meditate the best you can, but at the end of the day, when you're by yourself looking in the mirror, bro, you know that you're fucked.
Yeah.
And
So that's him convincing others
no, it's just the message
that he's fine.
Like, I look
trying
at
to
this,
convince others
yeah,
he's fine.
I kind of look at this of like, this is like a cell phone voicemail recording of like, he's in a manic episode, he's fucking gone, and it's just like, bro, he knows how he feels in this particular moment in time of his life, and it's just, I'm doing fine. It's almost like not assuring himself that he's doing fine. It's like, I can't submit to the other side. I can't submit to the reality that I'm fucked.
Yeah.
You know, it's better to lie to myself in this regard, because I know that I can get through this. That
Yeah.
this might last an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year, or whatever, but if I can just get through this moment right now,
Right.
it'll be better.
Yeah.
And it turns into, like, you know, like the stages of grief and shit, like, you know, denial and anger and bitterness and resentment. Like, he's going through
You
all
could see
these
it,
things,
yeah, all of
but
it.
it's not
These
like
different scenes.
yeah, it's not in a period of time. Personal experiences, those stages of grief can be an instant.
Yeah, like
you
randomly,
can just go
at
through
any
it
time.
at any time.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine. 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 Girl, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Swear it's not a lie. I'm doing fine. Girl, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Swear it's not a lie. I'm getting
I swear it's not a lie.
Yeah. Even though he knows it is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it feels like to me. It sounds like he's talking to somebody on the phone, and this is a voicemail. Like, he's been blocked, he's been cut off, and he's just putting this shit.
Like, I'm fine. Like,
Yeah, I swear.
don't worry about me.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Just getting to the surface. You got a little nervous of running back to you when you wound down. And I'm sorry, I was hurting too much to know that you were standing right there.
I love this bridge, or this, not even a bridge, just like last verse, I guess. Where he's like, I'm sorry, I was hurting too much to know that you were standing right there.
Right.
It's like, and then he's like, I'll sing this song to you to tell you I really care.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, you left me, when I left you all alone, girl, I know that wasn't fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, cause I loved you, it says, cause I loved you, he loved you. So he's not just talking about himself, he's also talking about Mito as well when he's saying he loved you.
Right,
You know what I mean? So it's like he lost the person that like both of parts of him connected with,
Mm-hmm.
which obviously is kind of devastating for him.
Right.
You know?
I was hiding too much to know that you were standing right there. And I'm sorry. I was singing this song to you to tell you I really care. And I'm sorry. When I left you all alone, girl, I know that wasn't fair. 'Cause I loved you. He loved you. Loved you.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
The way he's able to depict things in such a different way is absolutely beautiful. The cinematography alone is crazy, and knowing this is him and all of his hard work makes me so proud. It's essentially putting on a mask like, I'm doing fine, because even if you are at your absolute worst, telling others you're fine is easier than showing them everything that's under the surface. Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. So yeah, that is...
Put the mask for who? Because this person obviously saw through it. She ain't want no part of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, to your point, like, your take is interesting on the fact that both of his personalities loved him. I don't think so. I think
Only
it's
because of what he says in the
For
end.
sure.
You know,
I think
that's what I'm
well,
saying.
at the end, I think it's Mito saying that
Oh, you think it's
he
Mito saying
that he loved you.
he loved you? Like,
too. Yeah, like beyond
so
like
he's saying I loved you, then Mito was like he loved you.
yeah.
That makes so much more sense.
That's how I interpret it. Of dealing with my personal shit, I guess.
That makes
You
so
know what
much
I
more
mean?
sense.
In terms
I like
of like,
that
you know,
so much better.
To like Caitlin's point of like putting that mask on, it's like, who's putting on a mask? It's no one putting on a mask. It's just like, I'm fine. I'm dealing with my shit. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. But then it's just like the internal struggle that he has too. That it's just like, bro, he's separating that entity from who he is.
That makes sense. I liked that.
It's like confirmation.
Yeah.
That is the confirmation in himself. Like saying I'm fine for the external. It's just like, you love her, bro.
Yeah. Sorry about my chair squeaking constantly. That noise.
Yeah,
My
sorry.
bad. It's I look, it's not the best chair. It squeaks a lot when you move. Anyway, okay, so up next is Scaredy Cat, which I find the visuals on this very interesting. I think you will too. Okay.
I like the conceptual presentation in the beginning of all the videos. That they're all like snapshots.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
6 years have passed by. The devil's diner.
Railroad tracks to say the suspect may be missing an eye.
I think I'm scared of all the signs. You'll never leave me alone at night. I think I'm scared. I don't know why. Just leave the lights on and close the blinds. 'Cause I'm a scaredy cat. Please no more heart attacks. 'Cause I'm a scaredy cat. Please no more heart attacks. I think I'm scared. I have no time. I think I'm scared. I have no time. I scream out loud just to see if I'm alive. I think I'm scared.
The fucking blueberries.
So leave the lights on. I'll stay inside. 'Cause I'm a scaredy cat. Please no more heart attacks. 'Cause I'm a scaredy cat.
I feel like Ray right now with how much I'm commenting. Oh my god. Caitlin, you're cracking me up. Ray was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here, but that's hilarious.
But it's appreciated.
Yeah, exactly. That means you're into it. We like this. Ray, hey, what the fuck? That's hilarious. Either Ray or Soaps, one or the other, right? All right, let's go. Okay, I'm pausing it again.
So who's his third character?
I know what I think.
What do you think?
I think when he looked up, if I'm not wrong, one of his eyes was completely white.
For sure.
But he looks normal here.
Yeah.
I think this is, from the outside, people don't see a white eye. He sees the white eye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is Mito pretending to be normal Ian. And he has basically captured or like held hostage actual Ian, who feels like they're in a straitjacket, trapped in a closet, trying to come back and trying to get back to himself.
That's interesting.
And he's like, I'm out here putting on a performance for everybody, doing my fucking thing, just having a blast while you're in there.
I think
That's what I thought. That's how
good.
I interpreted this.
No, that's a good interpretation.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. Like, how I feel about that is, I feel that this guy that's dancing right here isn't either of them. I think this is why medication doesn't work for him. I think this video is a representation on how the medication doesn't work for him, because it's like, he takes the medication, it strips who he is. He has no control. Mm-hmm. This is like his happy pill. So he can function.
Does his medication strip his control, or does it just not work for him?
It's just in terms of why it doesn't work for him.
Well, I mean, and it does work to a certain extent.
For sure.
And I think he's had to take different medications because of it, because it hasn't worked for him in the past, and he's had to take different medications
and
now.
I think with this particular medication, like, this is how he is externally. But Mito is present always.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things, like, people that don't suffer with anything would assume that it, or if you experience somebody with that, when they take their medication, they're a different person and they're more palatable.
Right.
But on the inside, they're the same person.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like him dancing.
So he still sees
and hanging
Mito,
out.
and
Mito's still present, and
Yeah.
who he is as a person is conceptually is like
locked up.
But this is the effect that it has physically.
Like, everyone sees a fun guy who's
I'm
just
fucking doing the cha-cha on the fucking bar, having a fucking blast.
Yeah,
but
and they're like, oh my god, Ian's so cool.
Mito's still present, but the real Ian is just like, this is not who I am.
That's also really interesting.
Because it's like, in the 3 videos leading up to this point, like, this guy is somebody different.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
But we're seeing the two sides of who he is internally.
Yeah.
Represented by Mito, and I think the real DPR is the main character of the 3, right? He's in the straitjacket, to where it's like, I can't even be free. Who the fuck is this guy? But we see that remnant stuff. He's still alone.
But you've never seen him like in concert.
For sure,
He's
for sure,
very charismatic, and even though, at least when he's performing, he is. When he's just talking to the crowd, he's actually an adorable, shy little, little bean, and he's adorable. But he's very humble, and like, he's still surprised that there are people who come to see him, type of thing. And it's just really, really adorable.
Yeah.
But when he's actually performing, he's like, I am here, I am singing, I am gonna be shirtless on stage and make everyone freak out. Like, I mean, he is very much a showman when he is performing.
Right.
So that's why when I see this, I'm just like, this is just him when he's performing for people, you know. So I mean, honestly, I don't know if I like your theory better or my theory better.
No,
I think I kind of like them both.
It's just the observation.
But I like yours too, though.
But also being like on medication, like being on a mood stabilizer.
Oh, you haven't heard me? I thought you haven't heard me say that before. Really? He's so shy. It's cute. I know, it really is, though. See, Carlos, you get it. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and let's continue.
Why does no one look behind when I say I will drift away? If there are clouds in the sky, I'm always trying to find my catchphrase.
See, who is that? See? Like, there's the person in the closet. There's this person putting on a jacket. And then the door's closing and there's the guy that's been performing on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, but hold on. Who is this now?
He's getting out.
Who's that guy now?
Starting to
But he's
wear
in the
off.
closet.
Where'd he get that coat? In the closet.
From the closet, I guess. He just had pills in his hand. It's probably more what you're saying.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
know.
who
It's
knows?
it's
but
hard, baby. It's all up to
yeah,
interpretation.
I still really like my interpretation, but
I do
who
too.
knows?
I
You
do
know?
too. For
Yeah.
sure. But
Wait, does he have only a white eye in that one?
Go
No,
to the
I
reflection. Keep going.
can't. Oh, no.
Piano.
Let's play it. No, the
Super
piano has
muted.
both.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he had only one here. Is that him back to normal finally? Is this guy him back to normal finally?
Could be.
I feel like that's what it is. I don't know. And did you notice how a lot of these scenes are filmed in reverse?
Yeah.
What is that about? You know,
It's just out of character.
for effect, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it doesn't look natural, maybe.
Right.
It looks, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something's not right about this.
Right.
What was that? Hold on. Interesting. Oh, but now I've only seen this video once. Now he's in the one that was performing is tied up. So he's taken back control.
Right. Or he just doesn't like the way he feels when he's in this mode.
Yeah. And the smile. That's it. Yeah, I feel like that's like this is him. And he's taken back control again.
Right.
I feel like like that's what this is. Both theories are really cool. There's no right or wrong answer to these unless Christian says something exactly. I like both of us.
Yeah.
I think with both the theories are pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I love your backhanded compliment. That's funny. You and Brownie Dog, you and Ray are funny. Okay, so yeah, that's it. It's a fun feeling song. But it is, you know, once again, it's like a fun feeling song, and even the video seems fun, but like you're literally dealing with someone struggling throughout the entire video
Yeah.
of just trying to be themselves.
That's what speaks to me the most is the fact that regardless, when you don't have control of yourself and you take this medication, sure, it makes you more palatable. It makes you more presentable, but you're not who you are.
Yeah.
And that creates its own levels of anxiety and a whole
Problems.
different thought process altogether. And it creates a brand new personality that you have to cope with. And like, do you feel comfortable being this person?
Right. So what do you think so far? We have like 3 more to do, and one of the last one's like super crazy.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I really like just him as a person.
Right?
I just feel like that's a lot. That's a lot of shit to go through and to deal with, and to channel that all, or to try to channel it all into art.
Yeah.
Is just, you know, and try to express to people what you're going through in such an interesting way, to try to not only cope for it and make sense of it for yourself,
Right.
but to try to help explain to others what it's like.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm going to tell you this, and don't take it the wrong way. It's just a lack of words. These videos are very triggering for me but not in a bad way. It's because I deal with a lot of things personally, like we all do. But it being represented in a way that, like, I spent a lot of time figuring it out for myself, and not having and feeling like that alienation of like nobody else gets it. But obviously, a lot of people get it.
Yeah.
They don't know how to express it.
Right. That's the biggest thing.
And it's like, you know Donald Glover, right?
Yeah.
The actor, Childish Gambino, the rapper. The show Atlanta that he put out on FX, I recommend that you watch that show because it gives a lot of insight of how I grew up as an individual, and the three main characters are different perspectives of my personality.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said Donald Glover,
You thought of Danny Glover?
I did. Lethal Weapon. I was like,
I know.
the guy from Lethal Weapon. I'm too old for this
I
shit.
figured as much.
I am too old for this shit.
But it's like...
Oh, God. But yes, I do know who Donald Glover is.
Yeah,
And I do
so-
know Childish Gambino, yes.
So his show on FX called Atlanta, like, I didn't watch it for a long time for some bullshit. But I finally watched it, and it gives me the same triggering experience I'm having right now. It's not good, it's not bad, it's really real
You're
for
feeling
me.
shit.
Well,
type
it's
of
not.
thing,
It's
but,
not
like-
that I'm just feeling things, and it's not like, oh, thank God somebody's out there. It's just something that it's just like, I'm 37, so there's a lot of things that I've processed in my life, and to see it, for a younger person perceiving this is very good for them. But to me, it's just like uncovering a lot of like skeletons that I've thought that I've buried away.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. Like when it's triggering it again, it's not bad.
Okay.
But it's definitely an emotional response because I know exactly what this guy is feeling. And
okay.
and to see it being presented this way is like really really surreal for me.
Yeah.
And it's I like it.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Okay.
I love
as
it.
long as like you're good.
Yeah.
And...
No, I'm not gonna
Okay.
fucking punch mirrors and fucking pull the fucking stick out and start fucking blasting. But it's very I'm very happy to see that.
I don't know how Ian does it, and letting everyone see some of his vulnerabilities must be incredibly hard on top of everything he already goes through. Facts. Like,
For sure.
that's super. I think that's probably like the most like admirable thing of all of this is he doesn't have to do any of this. He doesn't
No.
have to share this part of himself with anybody. He could just pretend like it's not there and just give great music with no explanations about it. You know what I mean? But the fact that he wants people to know and to understand and willing to expose himself in that way, like, it's just to me it's so respectable.
For
it's
sure.
so beautiful.
It is.
It's commendable. It's brave. It just adds to the reasons. Like, I already love his music. Like, his songs are so, like, they're just, I can literally play his albums at any time. Everything's just really easy to listen to. It's really chill. Some of it's like really like just, I don't know, just it's music that makes you feel. I don't
Yeah,
know
for sure.
how to explain it, but it just is. So I automatically love that. I can sing along with all of the lyrics, which I love as well. And on top of that, like, what he's presenting visually, and then knowing it's all like from him, like this is him. Like, it's just it on top of everything, it just makes me love him even more. Yeah, exactly. In order to normalize something that has become so taboo and misinterpreted by the media, you have to break down walls, and he's doing that. Exactly. I agree.
For
More
sure.
people need to talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's once again, that's one of the reasons why I have even more love and respect for him, Okay. Let's put this on the screen first before I get yelled at again. And let's do welcome to the show. This is just 2 minutes. It's kind of just like it's the premiere of Mito, so it's like before. Yeah, so anyway, let's continue. Oh, I didn't tell you what Mito meant. So Mito is mood swings in this order. And then another one was mood swings into order, or there's two of them. Because there's Mito, the first one, and then there was the second one. It was supposed to be a 3-part series. He hasn't released the third one yet. And he's even been questioning whether he wants to release the third one, because literally, like, doing the Mito movie we're about to see in a minute literally, like, took everything he had in him.
Yeah.
Because he does everything himself, and it was just so hard for him to. It took him forever to do A, and B, it was so hard for him to do it that he's like, I don't know if I can go through that again. I don't know if I can do all that again.
Yeah.
Because he can't let others do it and
Yeah,
help
for
him.
sure, for sure.
He has to do it himself, so it's
understand
very
that.
hard. So, and of course, we're waiting for like Mito movie part 2, and he's like, I know this is called part 1 because I intended to have a part 2, but I don't know if I can do it.
Right.
So, which of course I respect, but I'm like, I need a part 2. But it's like, Unless you can't give it to us, of course. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mood swings into order, mood swings in this order. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go. Let's do this. This is Welcome to the Show. Everything feels familiar. There's the my memories. Or if it's his. Yeah, I wonder, like, does he get deja vu? Because it almost seems like him saying, everything seems so familiar. I feel like I've been here before. Are these mine? I wonder if it's my memories or is it his memories? You know what I mean? Because when he is Mito, he says he doesn't remember anything. Like, it's almost like he blacks out. He doesn't have like, really recollection of, you know, and there's moments where he just, you know, it doesn't last long type of thing. So he just doesn't remember those moments. But then he said there's been, like, a couple of moments where, like, he is flat out blacked out. Like, it was bad. Like, he was gone for, like, a while, and it scared him. Like, he was afraid he couldn't, like, come back, kind of, you know.
For sure.
But yeah. So I think this is the first time he ever, the reason it's called Mito Premieres, I think this is the first time he's ever introduced the character as Mito. Like, given the character a name,
Right.
I guess you could say.
Itself, right.
Yeah. And he's mentioned, like, he's like, Mito is very real. Like, you know, and I know a lot of people don't understand it, but he is very real. Like, yeah.
Just stay for the show. No candlelight to take you home. You tried bringing out the sunny times. You're not really good at telling lies. So sick of keeping it all in. I just want you to
So that was like the little teaser for his album that was coming out. Yep, that's where we met Mito, yep. So that was your official introduction to, you know, Mito. Well, technically that wasn't Mito, but you know what I mean. Like, that Mito was coming,
Right.
You know. And this is one of Brian's favorite songs on, like, this album that it was on. And he's like, we only got, like, a little, like, that's it. That's all we got. I wanted to see the full song. But, yeah. All right. So, up next is Ballroom Extravaganza. Once again, this is the Mito movie teaser. So, this is going to show you a bunch of little images that we're about to see in this one, which is 7 minutes and 45 seconds long. This is Seraph One Shot Mood and Ribbon. So, this is 4 songs from his album, little kind of chunks of each song. Put into this, like, movie. So Ballroom Extravaganza is the song, well, part of the song, because it's only 1 minute and 16 seconds. And it's just the teaser for that. So you'll see images in this that you'll see more fully in this. All right, let's do this. There's a Mito documentary that came out like 2 years ago. You've never seen it, called Memories in Disorder. Have I not seen it? Are you sure? Anyway, that's where we met Mito. That's what she's saying. So technically, Mito was introduced in that documentary, not in this, I guess, is what she's saying. Yeah. All right. I got you. I read it. I got you. Don't give me no crying face. All right, let's go. Wait, I gotta get it on the screen. I almost forgot to put it on the screen again. All right, let's go. my other favorite song.
Not like before. When the trees are all burning, all the stars will keep on turning, and I know I won't stop searching for the moment when the world stops for you.
I want the song to continue. I'm like, when the story comes to an end, will you be the same again? In that song, it goes, it amps up, and he's like, when all the king's horses and all the king's men, they couldn't put you back together again. It's like the lyrics of it, and I love that song so much. It has just such a like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's so, the feeling of that song is so powerful, and I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. Yeah, it's still Nerves and Ballroom Extravaganza are my two favorites. I still don't know which one I like more. I just love them so much. Brownie dog. I love it. This song is an experience. Facts, Leonardo. I feel exactly the same way. So let's go ahead and get into the actual Mito film. So it's kind of like in 4 parts. So I'll pause after each part so we can like discuss. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. This is the part I've been most excited about, by the way, because this shit is insane. The amount of work. And you know what I just realized? So you know how he said he planned on releasing a part 2? There were a lot of scenes in that teaser. Actually, I'm going to go back to it real quick. That we did not see in part 1, which means the shit's already filmed. Like, hold on. I'm going to go through this real quick because, hold on. This scene here. That scene here. This scene might be in it. I don't think this scene was. That scene's in it. That scene's in it. I don't think this scene's in it. That scene's not in it. This scene right here. That scene's not in it. I don't think that scene's in it. Maybe it is. Maybe that's on one shot. Whatever this is, that shot, that's not in part 1. That's not in part 1. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like this is already shot. Like, part 2 is already shot. It's just a matter of him being able to, like, actually put it together. Yeah, that is not in Mito part 1. No, I know. That's what I was telling him a minute ago. Yeah, well, I already told him all that. But what I'm saying is, I thought he hadn't filmed part 2 yet. And so to do all of that's going to, like, take a lot. But I'm like, I feel like part 2, these scenes, I feel like these scenes were possibly already filmed. It's just a matter of if he feels he can actually give it to us and actually edit them all together and go through that whole process again and deal with all of that again. Because there's a lot of scenes here that we did not get in Mito movie part 1. So there are definitely other scenes filmed. Yeah, this whole thing right here. What is that? That is not in part 1. So you see what I'm saying? Oh, God, I love this song so much. Anyway, you see what I'm saying. So yeah, that makes me wonder. Because a lot of those scenes that I just paused on, they are not in this. So there's something else that was filmed that we have not fully seen yet, which I find very interesting. And maybe we'll never see it. I don't know. It depends on how he feels and if he ever wants to release it or not. I hope he does, but if he's not ready or doesn't want to, you know. But then what was all that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he filmed shit. Like, he's not going to completely have an entire set and, you know, an entire, you know, little story for that set and, you know, character for that set or whatever. And, like, just for, like, a split, like, second of a teaser. You know what I'm saying? That was just a teaser. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But who knows? He obviously filmed other things he did not include in part 1. That's all I'm saying. So that intrigues me. Intrigues me a lot. Let me put this on regular HD. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Oh, I need to put this back on the screen again. Okay, let's go.
Where did I go wrong with you? Out of all my creations, you were the epitome of all that is good, the utmost of my potential. You are my first, and I'll make sure to be your last. You created me in your image, and now it's time to create mine and yours. Set my wings on fire.
Okay. Yeah. I love him. That's so, like, fuck. Like, that's visual AF. Like, he actually completely breaks this down and talks about this entire thing. So we can always watch that if you want to.
Right.
But what do you got here?
There's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening. Facts. Facts.
What did you get from that?
I mean, I've already heard him explain the whole thing, so...
Oh, what did you feel before he explained it?
I mean, obviously, it was him, and then Mito comes in and Mito talks, and you could see, like, all of his past, like, MVs, all of his creations, and Mito is, like, the biggest creation of all of them, right? And he's like, you know, you created me in your image, but now it's time to create mine and yours or something like that, whatever he said. So yeah, it's and you see the guy in white and he's being kind of like engulfed, but then he turns into, which I think I don't want to give away what he explained though. But you see him kind of being engulfed, and then you see his image like in shadow, but you kind of see horns for a split second, and then you see the guy in black coming in, which the guy in black, I think he doesn't have one of the eyes, which I believe I would say that's Mito. And then him taking off the jacket, and you kind of see the rays of light, but they're kind of like wings on it in his back, which maybe it just reminds me of the first you have the guy in the white, then you have the guy in the black coming and you see the devil horns, you see the wings, almost like fallen angel type vibes. Is like what I got, I think, when I first saw that. So that's without knowing what he said about it.
Right.
I think that's what I got when I first kind of saw it.
Because, like, watching that, he's, like, in that warehouse or whatever, and it's got all this creative work, but the model's the only one that's alive.
Yeah.
You know
it
what
kind
I
of
mean?
moved and it
Not
caught
kind
fire.
of. That shit's alive.
Yeah.
And that's when, I guess, his internal dialogue switches from Ian to Mito to the point to where it's just like, I'm not a thing, you know. I'm not a.
I'm real.
Yeah, I'm not a spectacle. I'm not a figment of your imagination. Like, you can try to justify in your mind, but I'm real.
Yeah.
And it's time for me to come out.
Yeah.
That's what I interpreted of it.
Yeah.
Because all his works are just like his personal experiences, but like Mito's like, nah.
It's my time.
It's not even my time. It's just like, you can't keep me on a shelf. I'm not a product. I'm not a figment of your imagination. I'm not a creation. I'm not a place that you visit.
I'm me being on the shelf next to the others. This isn't. I'm
It's
more
not-
than this. I'm bigger than this.
Right. Like, to the point of you trying to control something that
You can't control.
you can't. Well, not that you can't control it. It's a spirit of itself. It's like all these things are experiences and memories that you catalog for your sanity, to give yourself grounding and things. But I am not one of those things.
Yeah.
I'm not something that you can't control. I'm not something that is just a mood or a phase of your life. Like, I am.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe it, now it's time for me to show you.
Let me
some
show
things.
you.
Yeah.
Let me show you a few things. If you
And-
don't believe it yet,
Right.
I need to show
And
you.
like in that line of like, you know, you created me in your image. It's like, no, I'm just as much a part of you. But it's also, are you the figment? Am I that's what's real? And what you're choosing to show everyone and yourself and your waking life and these moments, like, who is the real you? Is it me?
Interesting.
And it's like, not only was it moving, it was like burning. He tried to like snuff it.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't like trying to pull it out and like,
No,
hey
he
man,
tried to
settle down.
cover
And he
it.
tried to, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I interpreted it. And the fact of like, it's not an artistic expression. It's like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And like and to your points of like, you know, now it's time for the world to see me. It's like, nah, I've been
Yeah.
kind of hanging out in the background. You've been exploiting me. Now I'm gonna come out to the point to where it's like, now you've opened this gate
Yeah.
and you've let a little bit of me in, and now that's not satisfactory for me. So now I'm gonna come out. If this is the game you want to play.
So, since you've said what you
Yeah.
have to say about it, I will say that he has mentioned that the guy in white is Mr. Insanity, which I've told you about.
Yeah.
Which is his, like, that's what he's on a manic high. That's
Yeah.
like the
That's
best
when
he could possibly
Yeah.
feel. He feels everyone's, you know, kind of doting on him kind of in a way where he's, you know, you saw everyone was around him. And
Yeah.
He's, you know, he looks like,
He's the center.
yeah,
They're all
he's,
holding on to him.
he's, you know, dressed like regally and
Right.
everything like that. He's the happiest, the highest he can be, right? And then I forget like what happens, but then there's like the shift, and it's like Mr. Insanity like becomes, it's kind of like he created like these characters in a way, you know what I mean? Like, even though they are still part of him, he kind of just like to justify it for the storytelling side of things.
Right.
He's created these characters, and it helps him also kind of, I guess, compartmentalize. I guess
Definitely. Yeah.
you know,
It's a coping mechanism
Yeah,
in itself. Yeah, for sure.
So I think he explained the guy in white as Mr. Insanity, and then the guy in black as Mito. And you could see the devil horns coming in at one time, where it's kind of like the shift. That's like the shift happening.
Right.
Yeah. So I do know that he did say the guy in white was Mr. Insanity.
Right.
So I know that at least. He talked a lot during that interview. I don't want to like misquote different
Right.
things that he might have said, because that was a long interview. So yeah. Okay. This is another one of my favorites. This is probably like my third favorite, I think. Yeah, I love this song so much.
One more shot so casually. One more down and I'm meant to be. Have I gone too far with this? Can you see me in the mist? One more so casually. One more down and I'm meant to see. Have I lost my sense of bliss? Have you found me in the...
Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second just in case I need to pause. I fucking love this song so much. I love his voice. And I like how you can hear his accent every now and then. It just makes it fun. Anyway, okay, let's go.
Got sentimental, swimming with the devil.
just in case I need to pause. I love this song so much. Okay. You saw the part where he's like tied up, tossed into a van, and like driven away. And he's like reaching like fuck. Like it's to me that's an episode trying to take over, and he's like fuck no. Like and he's like no, I don't want this to happen.
Right.
That's how I interpret that moment. Which I think he did confirm. Like that's kind of like. It's almost like you feel hostage to yourself. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's kind of
definitely.
literally the visual of that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah. Hold on. I want the captions on for this part.
Are we not gonna get out of here? He's coming.
Who's coming? Let's not wait and find out. He's dipping. He's going down. Please just shut up.
You see him.
Now's not the time. You have to take it. Now's not the time. I can't feel it.
He's out. Please, no what will happen if you take that now.
I'm sorry. Everything will be okay.
Mito. Doom, and then it switches to mood. That whole situation there, I'm like, that's fucking, this is crazy. Like, you know, like just all the different like voices and like hearing like, you know, oh shit, it's happening. Like, and he's like, just shut up. Like, you know, like him trying to control it.
Right.
But like not really being in control, you know.
Well, like that scene of him in the desert and shit.
Yeah.
Like singing into the sky and shit, bro. That's a panic attack. Like that's a panic.
Where he's like
attack.
freaking out. He's trying to run. But
No,
there's,
like no, all those feelings in a panic attack. Because like you can have like low grade panic attacks where you're like super anxious and you're nervous about certain things.
Yeah.
But then you also have moments of like you're dying. Like you're fucking, the end of the world is happening right now. Like the sky can open up, explosion, your life is over. That's the best representation of like a panic attack.
Okay, I've never interpreted it that way.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It makes sense. Huh? That
And
totally makes
it's
sense.
just like the lack of words of like panic attack seems like, because there's degrees, right? But
Right.
that I've experienced panic attacks like that, to where it's
Yeah.
just like fuck, it's over. It's over. Like this is it. Like my life is over. But it also like just turns off.
Right, which you saw it did. It was just done.
It's just past.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and like personal episodes of manic episodes like that where it feels like that, to where it's like I'm still kind of like in control. I'm conscious of like what's happening. It's like, all right, bro, you're just freaking out. Just relax. Everything's gonna be fine. But
You can't control it.
you can't control
Yeah.
it. But the switch can also turn off to where like that anxiety like subsides, and you feel like he's just waking up in this hotel room, still kind of panicked, but just like, okay, all right, I'm alive.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here. We're alive. We're doing
Right.
this.
Right.
Yeah, but then it's still you still have like that.
It lingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's where, like, you know,
Can Carlos be my therapist?
I'm working on it. For real.
That's
for
what
real.
he wants to go to school
yeah,
for.
for real.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to school for starting
Yeah.
next month. I'm going for counseling.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
sure.
Color in my mood, no blues.
Your violet on horizon.
Forgot my screws, my boots. My love brings
All the
I
lions
don't assume that you knew that I miss you.
when it's quiet.
Oh, it's true. I want you to tell me if I'm lying. I just came back from the moon, from the lightning coming from your blue. Violence holding on to your tune. My moods are swinging for you. Oh, I just came back from the moon, from myself looking right at you. Violence playing into your tune. My moods are swinging for you. Color in my bones, no blues. Your silence on the horizon. Got my screws, my boots. My life brings all the light. I don't assume that you knew that I miss you when it's quiet. It's true, I got you. So tell me if I'm lying.
So, the beginning of this, it said Mito, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like experiencing all these almost like trippy shit. and he just took those pills, and they're like, you know what will happen if you take them now. Like, the voices were saying that. But, like, the pills are supposed to help him, right? But then the voices are like, you know what's going to happen if you take them now. You shouldn't take them. And he's like, I have to.
Yeah,
Sorry.
But I don't think those pills are supposed to represent, like, medication as a whole. I think it's just medicating.
He's
period.
medicating.
Yeah.
But not his medication.
Or whatever it is
Yeah.
to consume. And I feel like this is more of a... This shit is stressing me out.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
but it's
trying
not...
to
It's
stress
not...
you.
Nah, it's not... It's not
Oh,
bad.
no.
It's not bad. But it's just, like... This shit's, like, real for me.
Yeah.
Personally.
I knew that you would really like it.
Yeah, and
like,
I appreciate it very much.
It's
but
so, like...
But it's,
but,
like, very...
Yeah.
It's triggering, like I said. Which is fine. Which is good. It's
Is
healthy.
it? Is it fine? You have
For
to tell
sure.
me if
For
it's
sure,
not.
For sure. But he's doing his job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you love it.
It's so good.
And it's something that it's like, and we all experience these things in different degrees, and these things will trigger different emotions. And again, trigger's like not the right word, but it's like from someone that has like self-medicated a lot, and like this Mito representation of like darkness and despair, like that's the other side.
Yeah.
So it's like in the back of your mind, regardless how you medicate and how you treat or cope, darkness is always looming.
Yeah.
And it's always looming, but there's also like a little bit of solace. Like when he explodes into a rainbow and shit like that, that's also like very like comforting, because it's like I'm not the type of person. Yeah, this
so pretty.
Like to me, this resonates with me a lot of my personal coping mechanism, because it's like from what I've learned with like people close to me in my life that deal with a lot of these things. Like I don't have a lot of the same coping mechanisms. Like people that can like have like a comfort show that they can like watch and just have in a background, because that distracts that part of their mind to not be in this place. But I think that's something that me and DPR Ian have in common, that like rather than run from this place, live in this place. It's who you are. You can't run from who you are, but at the same time, like try to understand it the best you can, but don't like allow it to consume you too much either. Can't let that extreme, can't swing and ignore it. And you can't like fully embrace it to where it takes over who you are as a person. So there's this fine medium of it is who you are. It's a part of your everyday life, and there's no amount of therapy that you can do. You can find something in you to find that levity, to bring that balance to yourself, to just being like, okay, this is who I am, this is what I have to deal with. And not even deal with, because you deal with like athlete's foot and like diarrhea and shit. It's just a part of your life. And seeing like this aspect really like speaks to me in the regard, because it's like I've drank and I've smoked and I've fucked to get away from that, but my motto is always just, I'm gonna catch you, dog. I'm gonna catch you. So, but at the same time, and a lot of times of like going cold turkey and like being sober and a darkness still kind of looms, that's also comforting, because it's just like I'm gonna get to that place, but at least it's familiar. To where that like that darkness and absence of light triggers something in your brain to where you're just like, you know what, I'd much rather that than not
than nothing.
Right. So that's
at least it's something
familiar.
Because I mean he has mentioned that when he's like in like his like one of his like, you know, episodes or whatever, like when he's dipping or when he's like in an extreme low, like he literally just does not feel at all, and so like at all whatsoever, like and he's like, and that's the scary part, because there is zero fear because of it, which can be scary
for sure.
That could be dangerous.
It is.
So okay, let's continue. But I do like this part where Mito's coming in and he's like comes down, but you see the wings. Right here. That part. Yeah. Which is why I mentioned like the fallen angel thing before as well. But yeah. Okay, so hold on. He's here.
That's weird. I don't hear the voices anymore. Not bad. I wonder, what were they so afraid of?
Move. You have to move. They're coming for you. They're here.
I just see why it's very hard for him to, like, why this took it, like, literally everything
It's hard
out of
for me
him.
to fucking watch.
Can you imagine him
I
acting this out,
yeah.
directing it, editing
for
it?
sure,
Like,
for
even
sure.
after he films it, he has to go back through and watch
Yeah.
all of the footage.
Yeah.
And
And whatever it means to him. Like,
Yeah.
what gets him to that place. Because this is just, like, secondhand.
Yeah.
This is me remembering what puts me in that place.
yeah, exactly.
I am tied to your phone while our conversations out the door. I'm paralyzed to your eyes. I was worried you'd be surprised. She's wrapped in a cold pages, cold pages, cold pages. Cold pages, cold pages, cold pages. Rewind. Cold pages, cold pages, cold pages. Perfection hidden in the moonlight, yeah. No diamonds when it comes to you. You sing to me when she sings to me. I'm way too deep. There's no way to see. Tell me why you're blushing. Are we onto something, or is it just a way to keep out? She's wrapped in a.
Are we just setting it to nothing? Or is it just another reason for us to be awake? For us to be
Wanted Dead or Alive, does it say Mito?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it says the murder of Mr. Insanity. Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Wanted Dead or Alive, Mito, murderer of Mr. Insanity. I've never noticed that it said that before. So interesting. And this was kind of like a little teaser for part 2 coming up. Right here. That was supposed to be like a little teaser for the next one, I believe. Because this is another song, Misunderstood. But then it didn't happen. At least not yet, so.
Steve.
Yeah, that was Mito.
Yeah.
Right there. And you see how, like, he's performing, he's putting on a show. That's why I thought in Scaredy Cat that was Mito pretending to be Ian and putting on a show. But it's really him. That's when he looked up, he saw the white in the eye. And I'm like, oh, so that's not really Ian. That's Mito. But people don't know.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
That's just another facet of who he is. Because he can only see Mito.
Right, exactly. Only he can see Mito. Christian is brilliant. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. The stabbing, it's like, is that what it feels like? Is that, you know what I mean? Like, it's you know, like you did say, like, you know, like having a panic attack, like, it can feel like, you know, like, literally, like, everything's done. It's over.
Yeah, it can feel like that, but then your anxiety can also feel like you get a stabbing sensation. Like, I wake up with sensations like that every day. Not every day. A lot of days. It's wild.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Okay,
Into your observation and opinion of, like, when Mito comes with the black wings of, like, representing a fallen angel, I look at that as, like, I'm here to save you from yourself. Because Mito can deal with this better than Ian can.
Oh.
So it's one of those things of, like, then everything gets quiet and he starts hearing the voices, and then it's just Mito takes over. That's very interesting. His acolytes are coming to get his ass, and it's just like, you can come willingly.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to take my place.
I never thought about it like that. So I wanted to play this for you, which is him, but I'm going to try to find this on like on the computer, so I can actually like play it and show it
on the browser.
Yeah, it is TikTok.
Yeah, can you not just look it up that way?
TikTok.com. Is it a thing? Is TikTok.com?
Yeah, not when you're searching for it
Oh,
on
I'm
YouTube.
searching for TikTok on YouTube. That's not gonna work. Okay, TikTok, and then can I search this person's account?
Yo, TikTok Live, I'm doing a dating show right now.
Whoa, shut up. What? Why are you on my screen? How?
Yo, TikTok.
No, I don't know who you are.
Hey, click on that.
And the answer is
it should
no.
give you like a link.
No, I have the username.
Oh, okay, there you go. You got it.
Yeah, it's this person, and it is their pinned videos. Okay, so it is... Oh, they don't have pinned videos in this. It's the one with... this one?
To give you...
Yes, okay. So this is just him when he's on Instagram. So someone asked him, can you explain the moon phases? When he's on Instagram, he will put an emoji of a moon.
Yeah.
And he's explaining in this what that means, basically. Which I think I might switch us over to... Is this going to work? I don't know if this is going to work.
Just to switch platforms?
No, I was gonna switch. That's okay. I just need to crop this so that they can see it better. 1 second. I'm cropping it for you guys, okay? Give me a second. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Wait. Come on. Do. Da 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 da. Come on. There we go. Sorry, guys, give me a second. I wasn't necessarily expecting to be able to put this up on the screen, but it looks like I can. So yeah, so let's watch this. This is an explanation of how he tries to help communicate with fans, so the fans know where he's at, like mentally, I guess.
Right.
So yeah.
You guys some type of assurance or closure about how I'm doing. I kind of have like a mood.
He's on a live stream right now.
On my Instagram profile.
He messes with his hair a lot.
Obviously, if I deactivate it, that means I'm just gone. I'm like, I'm off the meds. But for the time being, where I'm able to control it, and I'm not completely Mito. By the way, Mito is real. I'm not even bullshitting you. But the crazy thing is, I don't know how real the fans understand Mito is for me. And it's the one thing that I'm actually terrified of, if I was being completely honest. I'm actually completely terrified of being engulfed in Mito. Because when I get to that stage, I blank. I lose memory and I black out. And I'm not even joking you. There's only three instances that has ever happened to me where I lost complete control and I blacked out. But for the most part, when I'm in control, when I have Mr. Insanity and Mito, and then you have, obviously, that's what makes Ian. For the most part, the mood indicator is on my Instagram. So the mood indicator is on my Instagram. So when it's obviously a black moon, it means it's more towards Mito. If it's half and half, it means I am balanced out, which is where I want to be. If I'm to the yellow side, where it's just a complete yellow moon, it means it's Mr. Insanity, where it's more in my manic highs than my manic lows. My manic highs are fans that know. That's another type of fucking insanity. hence Mr. Insanity. Both work, both get me extremely up, but the one side that I never want to cross over into is is the Mito side. And that's when things for me get extremely hard, like extremely difficult. I lose memory. Like I turn into somebody that I feel it, but I just don't know what it is. I change completely. And I know it might sound like people go, what the fuck is he on about? But man, like if only you guys sort of see. People, and this is the one thing that I really hate about this is the people that I love, family and friends, sometimes catch wind of that, and you know, because they might be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they happen to see me go. And like I said, there's only been 3 instances that I've ever completely been engulfed by Mito, and those were just critical. And if I didn't have those people around, yes, it would have been pretty bad. I don't like, it's not depression, it's nothing like that. I want you guys to understand, it's nothing like, it's not like I'm sad, it's not like there's something causing me to be like that. And I isolate myself during that period because have I ever been Mito when you perform? It's a very good, actually very close to it. Yes, I was very close to it. Actually, when I was in Vegas, I felt it coming really hard, so I had to put the lens in. And that was the first time I had put the lens in for the Vegas show, or for any show for that matter. Reason being is because I needed to control.
That's coping mechanism, yeah.
Not being completely engulfed. And then after the Vegas show, just gone. Just completely, was completely engulfed for a bit until I went to, I think Mexico City. I was getting a little bit better, but it was, man, I felt it just completely eating away at me, and then luckily I dipped right, I just completely changed. And this is what I mean by rapid cycles. I lose memory of a lot of things, and I think when I went to Brazil, that's when I was coming slowly out of it, trying to, but I still had essence of it, and I think the crowd in Brazil really helped me come out of that. To give you guys some...
There's that one. Very interesting.
It is.
To like hear him talk about it and what it's like for him and stuff, because obviously as someone who doesn't suffer from this, you know, I still would like the knowledge of trying to understand what others deal with in this, you know. And once again, just his vulnerability in sharing this, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to do this, but, you know, I love and respect that he does, though. And I think this is the...
Mito is you.
Okay. So this is the other one. So if someone's asking him, you know, okay, so Mito is you when you are manic, ? So he's about to go into that.
When you are manic. Yes, so as for people that are new, Mito is... the reason why I keep saying Mito is real is
So the person typed, Mito is Ian's personification of his state when he's in a manic low. Not stage persona, not a fake imaginary or fictional, etc. When he's in Mito, he will let us know by dropping the black moon emoji on his Instagram bio.
Personified a version of me when I am in a manic state. So people with bipolar, what usually happens is there's type 1 and type 2. I am type 1. Type 1 meaning I have more harder rapid cycles. When they come really hard. There's no in between. It's either you're really there or you're really there. And so often do you ever feel in between. And when you do, it's because you're medicated. Usually people take lithium. stuff like that. I fucking hate it, but it's the one thing that allows me to sleep. Otherwise, you won't be able to sleep. A lot of intrusive thoughts. When you're in your manic state, when you're in these episodes, for people that don't know, you have so much, either one, energy, so much ideas, so much things aligning in your head that you start giving into a bit of your sanity. But the problem here is you don't know. The person that's in this state doesn't know they're in a manic state. It's hard because I even say that, like, when I'm out of it, I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. But when I'm in it, it doesn't, like, all of that shit goes out the window. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I can... Okay, here's a good way of putting it. There is no fear when you are in that state. I have no fear. And for me, I've subdivided my manic states into the highs and into the lows. The highs are the state where I am relatively happy, relatively functionable, but still am on a mission. And that is a state where I'm Mr. Insanity.
So it just says here, Mr. Insanity is Ian's personification of his manic state when he's in a manic high. When he's in this state, he'll let us know by dropping the yellow moon emoji. Which personifies a character where I am very... people won't even know. Like, people are like, man, he's always like this. But that's Mr. Insanity for me. For the lows now, for the dark states, for the states that I am completely emotionless, because there's a time where here's the thing. What goes up must come down. Okay, that's cleanly stating it. That's exactly what it is. What goes up must come down. For me, I've always thought there was a trigger point for a lot of these manic episodes. For me, I don't know. I've thought it was a trigger, but there's no real trigger. You know, because the thing is, everyone's different. For me, I get even triggered by how sensitive I am. Is you know how people say you start off the day with what type of weather. So the weather usually predicts your state of mind and your state of mood, right? For me, it's amplified. Like, the weather is a huge aspect. If the weather sets me off, and the thing is, it doesn't have to be sunny or bright. It just has to align with how I feel. That's it. And if it doesn't align with how I feel, it starts building. And I think after that build, you start feeling it, you know. But that's crazy how literally, it's like he literally wakes up and it could just, what's outside just could determine, like, what happens to him that day.
Yeah.
Like mentally,
yeah.
You know.
But there's, like, pressures and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When people have arthritis, they can feel it in their knees or whatever.
Yeah. And that's
that
a degree of what he feels, yeah.
Interesting.
And that happens to us, too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if it's raining outside, you can kind of be like, wow.
Yeah, I feel blah, or like I want to cozy up under. I don't want to leave bed. Yeah. Like I want to, yeah.
And I feel like us living in Florida has a lot, because like I grew up in Georgia, so there's, 3 seasons rather than just the two.
that we have.
But just having that particular thing, but it's like, so I have PTSD for what I grew up in Atlanta. It was very like wild and crazy, and my mom died when I was 18. So it's like I've had these traumatic events happen to me. But like living in Florida in these weather cycles is almost like just as like I'm still affected by like seasonal, like I have seasonal depression. Mm-hmm. Happens to me like in the fall. Mm-hmm. A lot. But here,
even though we don't have fall. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Winter. So but it's also like a pressure thing. Mm-hmm. Being that it is that time of year here and we may not experience it, temporarily, like in terms of like we don't get like we actually get a lot of our fall changes in early spring, like all the leaves start dying now, rather than like when they in the few months that it's cold or whatever. But for whatever experience that I've been conditioned to of that, it hits me like harder when it's like hot, because it's just like I'm aware of these things in me, but externally it's like it's really nice outside. Like why you can
Yeah.
you can cope with this, you can battle it better, but for years and years and years of dealing with that, and I didn't realize that until like getting like therapy and shit on how. So like a lot of these things that he's saying, like it has nothing to do with like the weather. It doesn't necessarily have to be bright and sunny and clear. It can just be whatever the pressure is wherever he is in the world and shit like that. So I understand.
Well, it probably because he does travel and stuff like that, it might
Right.
even have a worse effect on him.
Yeah.
'Cause weather that last week could have been fucking snowing, but this week you're in, you
But it's
know.
also like for what we consider what you're used to wherever you're from, right? So it's like summer times. Our summer is different from the winters in the world. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because like in some winters or summer.
Well, he grew up in Australia.
Right. So like my point exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like their winter season could be
Is our
equivalent to our
summer.
summer.
Yeah.
You know, weather wise. So if he's all over the world and it's just like, well, fuck this energy, this pressure
Yeah.
caused by the weather field, it's like trigger something in his chemicals in his brain and shit. That's just fucking wild.
Yeah.
But
The
these are
body
things,
is crazy.
yeah, and these are things that people aren't aware of,
Yeah.
and it takes a lot of like. He's a relatively, you know, he's not young. He's not like a kid. He's in his 30s, and him still trying to cope with it and figure it out. I can only imagine how it was for him being a teenager,
Yeah.
being in his early 20s and shit like that. You know what I mean? And you said he was like part of a K-pop band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Back
So
in the day.
that pressure on top of what he was already dealing with.
He
that
has
shit.
talked about that, and he was like, "I'm the type of person I am. I am a nightmare
Yeah.
for
That
a
type of-
company,
right,
like
right.
you know, a structured,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't, you don't know what you're gonna get today,
Right.
like, you know, and
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm gonna get today.
Yeah.
Um.
And we all have that in degrees, you know?
Yeah. All right, let's keep watching. There's only a couple minutes left, I think.
Sometimes there's times where I go completely blank and I don't feel anything at all. And when I go completely blank and when I don't feel anything at all, that's when I go into the darkest state. However, it doesn't mean I am depressed. I mean, I don't know, some people will say it is depression. That is what depression is. For me, I don't know. I don't know if I'm in self-denial sometimes when I'm in that state, but I've learned to cater to expressing that state. I wouldn't say abusing it, but I think I don't know a better choice of words. For me, I've started to abuse that state, meaning I have started to, I wouldn't say reluctantly try going into that space because that's the one thing I would never want to do, but when I'm in that state, I'll make the most out of it. Usually a long time ago when I was younger, I'll try anything and everything possible to get out of that state because I just wanted to feel. Okay, it sounds like depression. There you go.
Someone commented that. It
but
sounds like depression. Yeah.
I think the one thing that I'm very aware of is I'm not, like when I'm out of it, it's passing. So it passes. It doesn't stay for long. That's all I know. Mine is you when
That's
you...
the end of that clip. I want the rest of this conversation. Oh, I wish I had the rest of that conversation. I'm assuming this V Live might be somewhere on the interwebs, but this is just a random TikTok page that I came across. So, yeah, I don't know, but I find him talking about all of this just so interesting. You know what I mean? Let me click on a couple others. Just to see. See, this looks like a completely different time. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if these don't look like... I mean, this is definitely a fan page dedicated to him, but these don't look like live streams where he's, like, just talking to the camera. Some of these look
Or it could have been the points
old.
like he had said in that other one. He was just like, when I'm gone, I'm gone. I just got to disconnect and turn that shit off. Yeah.
That's interesting. But anyway, so yeah, I just find it very, very interesting just to hear him talking about this. I'm just watching this. anyway. I just saw that. I'm like, oh, let me click on this real quick.
Yeah.
I have my own fan cams for that entire concert, so I can watch my own fan cams from it. But that was just wanted to see that clip that person had. So yeah, I really enjoyed watching that. I think that was very fascinating. Yeah, I've been wanting to show you DPR Ian for a while now.
Yeah.
Clearly, I think you can understand why.
Yeah, for sure.
I just find his mind just so brilliant, and the way he's able to interpret or try to interpret what he is going through to everyone else, so that maybe everyone else can understand a little bit more.
Yeah.
Even though we'll never fully get it, like, because we're not dealing with it ourselves.
Right.
I appreciate what he's put himself through.
Yeah.
To try to explain to others what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that makes sense. The concert here sold out so fast. I was sad. It was a sad day last year when I couldn't get a ticket. Yeah. I hope he comes back. You know, I hope he, if he wants to, works on, more music and comes back, because, man, I would love to see him again in concert. He was so good. I mean, we had tickets, of course, but we didn't get in line fast enough to where I felt like we didn't really get a great spot. We had an okay spot, but I felt like we didn't have a great spot. So I'd love to have a better spot next time, but whatever. But anyway, yeah, that's it, guys. That's our. I said it was a deep dive.
Yeah, for sure.
No kidding.
I didn't think it was gonna be. For me personally,
I didn't know either. I would have warned you more if I would have known.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
Yeah,
I think Caitlin fell asleep. She stopped commenting a while ago. But yeah, this is. I'm glad I got to share that with you.
Yeah,
I'm glad. He's just brilliant.
Yeah.
His whole album is amazing. He has, even though there's not videos to go with them, some of the other songs on his Mito album are just, the entire album is just fucking brilliant.
Yeah. It
was both Caitlin, Brittany, Brian, myself, and our other friend, Caitlin Benson, that also is a reactor. All 5 of us had DPR's entire album. Not only just different MVs, but his entire album on our top of the year from last year. Multiple songs listed, plus the entire... Where did grow? Tomorrow's what, sweetie? Where did grow? I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, just such a good album. It's a no skip. You could just literally just let it play through.
Right.
It was for sure one of the best albums of the year. It's crazy because I feel like there's so many people still who just don't know who DPR Ian is, and I'm just it's just nuts to me. This particular one had 2 million views because it was kind of a big deal when it came out. But I mean, even Nerves and Scaredy Cat. Is that 16 million? Ooh, that's doing better than I thought. Okay, he's doing better than I thought. This was not the case. His views have definitely increased since his Mito movie came out. That's awesome to see. I love seeing that. You could see these little ones that are less known. They're not quite as high. So I wanted to ask, what part of Atlanta did Carlos grow up, if that's all right to ask?
I grew up in Clayton County. So that's
Clayton County.
North. So it's southwest of downtown Metro Atlanta. So that's Clayton County consists of Riverdale, Jonesboro, Forest Park, parts of College Park.
Whenever we go up and we go to a concert...
Don't go there.
No.
Go there.
Whenever we go up and we go to a concert, a lot of times we stay in the Buckhead area, which is really nice.
It's bougie, yeah.
It is bougie. It's really nice. We usually stay in the Buckhead area, which is only 15, about maybe 20 minutes from the venue.
Yeah.
From the State Farm Arena.
Yeah. For sure.
But the one that we're about to see next month for TXT, they're in Duluth, which is a little bit more... Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll be staying in that, somewhere in that area. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, I have to take some Advil. I have a little bit of headache after
Yeah,
all
I
that.
mean, it's emotional, man.
It's so good though. Might just be because this headband too. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be a
putting
little tight,
pressure.
right?
I don't know.
You
But
could
I'm
be
gonna take
feeling
some
like
Advil.
you could be feeling my anxiety.
It's just so good.
You're empathetic like I am too. So it's just like, you know, you could be feeling my vibes, which I hope I didn't.
No, I thought I loved this. I loved all of this.
Yeah, for sure.
I just hope that you're good. Like, I didn't mean to try to cause you to feel any type of way.
It's no. It's not even like that. It's just a part of like, I mean, I don't want to sound callous or anything like that, but it's like we all deal with like our own things, and it's like I'm glad that I have PTSD versus like there's people that are very close to me that are bipolar and they can't control it. Like for me,
Facts.
it's just experience, you know.
Right.
It's the post-traumatic stress, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's something that I am aware of. So when I have episodes like that, I understand them more than I guess people that don't or don't acknowledge that in themselves. But at the same time, it's also like totally different. It's a different monster. It's a different entity altogether. So, but that was fun, y'all.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
hope you guys had fun. I know it was like
fun.
I know it was like super in depth, super interesting, very heavy.
Yeah, very heavy.
But I really
enjoy
hope
those
that it
things.
was still like a good, like just in depth conversation. Like Carlos has mentioned this. Like he's like, man, I want to talk about more like in depth stuff. Like I want like shit that like means stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck about tea time and all the bullshit. But,
I mean, I have fun.
No, I know.
I have fun when I do that with y'all,
you
but it's
know.
just like I feel like there's so much more that we can talk about.
You're also not. You don't know who any of these fucking
Right,
people are,
right.
so you're like, I don't know.
And then at the
any
same
of this
time,
fucking
like
shit is.
what they're presenting to, it's just like, who gives a fuck about that shit?
Yeah, we gotta talk. We gotta call that shit out though.
Yeah, it's true.
Gotta call it out.
Right.
Can't just sit back and not say shit about it. If something's wrong, you gotta call it out and be like, this isn't okay. Don't fucking be like this. This isn't okay.
Right. But at the same time, like also recognize too that it's just like there's people dealing with things that make them do like crazy things, and where there's a lot of answers in these actions, and it's just like you know, rather than think or be proactive rather than reactive is what my mom told
like
me
there
a
was
lot when I was growing up.
There's like this one comment that was really really shitty. Just and all I was enjoying something.
Right.
And they were just like, who the fuck can watch this girl? You know, you guys are all idiots if you actually subscribe to her. I mean, like, so not only like insulting me from just enjoying what I'm looking at, they're also insulting all my subscribers. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And like, she was like, oh, did I even read that one to you?
No,
I gotta read this to you. Hold up a second, because it's actually bad. I actually had it on my. Would I be able to find it easier if I? Oh, that's when people said they were distracted by my unnecessary calling of the names of holy figures, because I kept saying, "Oh my God!" during the concert.
Right. No, I do remember that. I was present for that.
No, I know that's that one.
Oh, that's just another one.
I need to go back. Yeah.
Right.
Hold up.
Yo, I'll plug your Discord that you don't run, but it's for your people. I'm on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy.
He's on the Discord. He mentioned he wrote something on there earlier.
Yeah, I did my little intro out there. If you guys got questions for me and concerns, you just want to talk, holla at your boy, man. I'm available. Educate me.
Don't be flirting with him now.
You mind your business, Anitra. You can do whatever you want.
Mind your business, Anitra.
We're all adults.
I can't. That's not all of them are. You gotta watch out.
Well, it's not for that.
No,
it's attached to your platform.
I'm joking.
Yeah, it's attached to your platform.
Okay.
But flirts are welcome.
Flirts are welcome. Hold on. Where the fuck is it? Let me just try to go to the actual video because I'm trying to find it.
I was reading like the like the server notes.
Yes, exactly, Bia. I'm trying to find it. Yeah. Yep.
I was reading the notes and I was just like, man, I want to, because you know, I get a lot of questions on like what am I into, like what music do I listen to and things like that, and it's not really in the realm of what you do all the time. So
yeah.
And I was having an episode where I was just like, I'm just gonna dump all this shit on y'all. This is what, if y'all really want to know. But then I was like, no, I can be more conservative about it. You can message me directly, and I'd love to share all the sounds and things. Because Anitra I put her through all my music when we play games after the.
Yeah, when we go out there, he usually plays his own music out there. Yeah. Okay, you want to hear this ridiculous comment? Wow, you peeps below, and like you have to see like the different random like all capitalized and quotes and crap. Wow, you peeps were either brain dead or extremely polite or so kind. How old is she? As a West Indian Army mom who has been with our boy since 2016, which I don't know why there's a period there. That's not the end of a sentence. But anyway, by the way, she's questioning how old I am. She's 55.
Right.
I saw it in another comment that she left. I learned how to listen to their vids. Learn about each and every one of them, their journey in depth from 2013 to now. And every time a new vid hit since the past 7 years, simply listened. How can you listen or truly absorb their message when you're screaming and pausing literally every 2 seconds? First of all, I'm literally talking about everything. I understand. I'm literally like, oh my god, that part reminded me of the blah blah blah.
Right.
Clearly, I'm paying attention. If I can make references to their other bodies of work.
Right.
Like, anyway, perhaps skip your alcohol/pills and try listening while sober. Gasp! I know it's a foreign concept to you Americans, but try it sometime. I'm like.
She don't even
what?
You don't do anything.
I don't do. You know how many times this man tries to get me to drink alcohol, and I'm like, it's not happening. And he's like, it's just a glass. I'm like, it's not happening.
That's fair.
He's tried for how many years now?
All
You're like,
years.
come on, just have a drink. I'm like, it's not happening.
Nah.
Yeah, but like, how? And so like,
what did you? Is this on a video that you posted?
Yeah. This is on my Jimin reaction.
Oh, okay.
That I did. 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so he's like, who in their ever-loving right mind would subscribe to her? She cannot keep quiet for 2 nanoseconds, not nano, but nanoseconds without pausing and then screaming, forgive me, folks, this chick ain't in her teens. Neither are you, bitch. Moving on, not worth my time. Borahae, babe, which remember, Borahae means like I purple you, which we just saw. Good luck and bless with the purple hearts. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, but I'm just like, I obviously put her on blast and I called her out and I was just like, but if we think about it, like literally, I was loving and just enjoying myself so much in that reaction. I was so happy. I was excited. I was complimenting him.
But see, like that's like what I'm scared of. Not that I'm scared of. Not that I give a fuck. But
no. But is that not? That's a reflection of her.
Yeah, but that's what is also attached. Like, unfortunately, it's attached. She made herself be known on. I just watched those 2 introduction videos, which will be dropping soon.
Yeah. By the way, we have started. We did this is BTS and the 7 members of BTS all in one video. It was like a 2-hour long reaction that we filmed. So that will be the first thing that drops before we start dropping BU content. So it'll be a little bit before it comes out. So don't expect it right away because I really want to get through almost all the AT stuff before we get into the BTS stuff. And we still have probably, several weeks of AT's storyline to get through. So,
you put video 7 this week?
Yeah, video 7 was
this
week. We're halfway. And we have one more to watch.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Because I just reacted to Limitless, which is their Japanese. Oh my god. Oh my god, Carlos, I can't wait for you to watch it. But anyway.
But like in context of like seeing that introduction on BTS as a whole, it's just like.
And she's like, I'm representing ARMY, and it's like, no, you fucking don't.
But.
No, you don't. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't. If you see what these guys stand for and the shit that they've dealt with in their life.
For sure.
And how can you be like that towards another person who's literally pouring love and compliments out to this group that we supposedly both love?
Right.
Wouldn't you, if you didn't like my vibes, click off the video.
Yeah.
But to actually spend time typing that just horrible and judgmental.
In one go. In one go with no
so
edits.
Nasty.
It probably took them 2 weeks to write that
just
shit.
So nasty of a comment to leave towards someone. And then to be judging, like, she's saying that she's an Indian, a West Indian mom. Yeah. Well, as a West Indian person, I'm sure, unfortunately, you've probably dealt with prejudice in your life.
Definitely.
People are shitty, unfortunately. And so knowing that you've dealt with with prejudice in your life, knowing that the guys that we love, that we're watching this video on, have dealt with that kind of bullshit in their life, you're then going to pass judgment onto me, calling me a pill-popping alcoholic American, which I don't do either. Like, how... Make it make sense. Like, it's just ridiculous. And I'm like, the sad part is she's 55 and she's saying that she's an ARMY mom. That means she has children, whether it's a daughter, son, whatever. And I'm like, so because I'm not, like, this chick ain't in her teens was a comment that she said, right? I'm like, so wait a second. So because I'm not in my teens. I'm not allowed to be super excited and happy
Right.
about what I'm watching.
Right.
And I'm like, that makes me super sad for you. And not only super sad for you, but like, were your children not able to fully express themselves
Right.
in your household? And if that's the case, that's just sad. That makes me really sad for your children, because like, once they weren't in their teens anymore, they weren't allowed to get like super excited about something that they love. Like, just say that you don't have passion for anything anymore and leave it alone.
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot of projection going on.
So
and she has
such projection.
And
at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, that was annoying to read, but honestly, I'm more just sad for her.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's not going to affect me. That's not going to like change who I am or bother me, or I'm going to not pause now because of it. No, it's not going to have an effect on me in that way, because I am me and I'm going to express myself the way I express myself, and I'm going to enjoy something the way I enjoy it.
Definitely.
But it's a total reflection of her.
Right.
And I feel sad for her. You know?
You should invite her.
You should invite her.
Yeah, you should invite her.
No, thank you.
To the lives and just be like, "Yo, come check out what we got."
I didn't
come
block
check
her.
The vibe.
I never blocked her.
Yeah, for sure.
I replied back to her, and she never replied.
Right. But at the same time, too, it could have been like she was having a manic moment. You know what I mean? Like she was just lost in the sauce.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever.
Like something's going on with her to make her feel that I don't like the way this person's enjoying this. I'm gonna lash out at them.
Right, but then
like,
also
that's
too, it
something's
could also
going on with her. That's a reflection of her.
The expectation of like maybe she's not as big of a fan as she thinks she is.
Or well, a lot of it is you're not enjoying this the way I want you to enjoy it.
Right.
It's a control thing sometimes for people. Like you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not. You know, I'm not consuming the.
Or you're not
product.
old. You're old, and you're not old and miserable like she is.
Yeah, well, and that could be it too.
Yeah,
like she doesn't like watching me be old and happy.
Right.
Because she's not, you know,
right.
Old and not old and happy too. I don't fucking know.
But I feel like your platform would be a great place.
Right.
For people
like,
to
come and be a kid again. Like just be yourself. Enjoy. Yeah.
Please.
I probably need some too. Fuck. It's kind of old, but whatever. You need 2 pieces. Or small. It's very old. But it does the job, it's fine.
That's why I got 4 pieces.
Oh shit. Hard when I shoot it first.
So what y'all got going on in the world, huh?
Exactly, Phoenix.
Yo, did anybody see this pink full moon? In the world?
Pink full moon?
It passed.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It was cloudy. It was for us. Yeah, it was for us. It was Wednesday night, or Thursday morning at midnight. So I'm curious if anybody caught a glimpse of it, because I stayed up and I missed it. But then I went out last night and I bathed in the moonlight, and it was nice. And there's like a solar eclipse coming in a couple of weeks.
I only know is that a lot of EXO's content revolves around eclipses.
It does.
So
they might be dropping something then.
All of them are. No one's in the military right now.
Right. So there's no reason for them not to get wild.
It's happening. We just don't know when.
It'll be in 2 weeks. Watch.
It's their 11th anniversary.
Yep.
It's their 11th anniversary. We're dropping something, by the way, tomorrow early. Just wait for it. It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. But yeah. Anyway. Okay, well, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Because
we got things to do.
Panel judge, vocal coach, advocate for the love of music, Anitra stays adding to her resume. Leonardo, I love you. You're so funny. Here was clear skies, but it wasn't that much bigger than normal. I don't know if it's because of where I am. Oh, possibly.
What was it? Pink?
Was it pink though?
That was the question.
B is in Brazil. Pretty sure B is in Brazil. I think.
Oh man, that might be.
I'm so bad at remembering.
Yeah, I was gonna say
not pink.
because in some parts of the world it doesn't. You wouldn't be able to notice it. We would be able to notice it here in Florida, but it was cloudy as fuck.
Brazil. Okay, yeah, I remembered. Everyone's from like everywhere, and I can't remember where everyone is. I know Leonardo's in New York because I've been to New York and we met up for a concert. But yeah, I don't remember where everyone's at. Y'all are all over the world. That's a beautiful thing.
That's why I
about
asked.
this. I
I
love
want
it
to
so
see
much.
if anybody caught it.
Okay, well, we're gonna go because there's still just a couple things we need to film before we call it a night, and it's already 1 a.m. So yeah, we gotta go. But this was so much fun. This was like a 2-hour long live stream. So we're gonna go. And the pink name is not literal, it's just a bigger moon. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was pink here. I saw pictures of it.
Interesting either way. I live in a town that's used for a lot for filming in Canada, and Bryan Cranston is currently here for the next couple of months. Well, that's fun, Aileen. Ooh, I saw the last red moon from New Zealand.
Yeah, I saw the last red moon here too. That shit was wild.
That's crazy looking. Hi, Artem. All right, we're gonna go. All right, guys. Please like this stream, but also please comment something after the stream ends, please, because I really want people to see this video. I think that it's an important video to see. I really want people to see the body of DPR's work, why he makes the videos that he makes, the reasons behind it, hearing him talk about what he goes through and experiences at the end. Like, I just really want to, and even Carlos's take on things. I really enjoyed doing this video, and the more engagement that the video gets on it, the more it'll be recommended to other people. So please comment, like, even if you just say enjoyed the live or go fuck yourself, whatever, just comment something. Please don't say that though, but just comment something. I would very much appreciate that. If you could.
Thanks for showing up, having the conversations with us. It was awesome. I wanted to have more videos like this. It's not my platform, but I asked Anitra.
No, we'll have more videos like this in the future too. If I can be present,
we can do things, because I want to interact with you guys.
He wants to do stuff that's meaningful, like in depth and stuff like that. And so I was like, I really need to show him DPR again. I really do.
I have a good time.
We'll have other live streams like this where we check out like other things. So if there is also like things that's kind of just more meaningful, in depth and stuff that you would like him to check out, just please comment that down below, like a different MV or anything like that, or whether if it's a storyline, or
if you got a library like this.
Yeah.
Because this is what started it all. Because I was just like, you know what, Anitra, when I was looking at those books on Saturday, like, I really resonated with a lot of this shit.
He really liked RM's Indigo.
Yeah. And I was like, I get why you guys do this every week. And I was just like, why can't we talk about this? Because this seems way more interesting than, like, mentally ill people making K-pop idols. K-pop idols' lives difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's do it.
I mean, we're still gonna have tea time.
For sure.
But we can incorporate more in depth.
No, I enjoy tea times too. But Anitra actually brought it to my attention last weekend after. She was just like, man, it sucks that the past
two times when he came in, we had like just started tea time. So like he only saw us bitching about stuff, right? He didn't get to see, the first live of us talking about Song of the Week and radio time and the giveaways and the beginning of the live stream where we had unboxings and we were talking with you guys about whatever it was, like he didn't get to be a part of any of the rest of that stuff. He just heard the bitching at the end, and I'm like, I feel bad. The last 2 weeks you've only heard us bitching about stuff.
But then like the gossip fucking mill was like really low. There wasn't much to bitch about or even observe there too. So it was just like, now we're kind of like in this low.
What do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we do now? But yeah. Anyway, yes, the BTS storyline would be meaningful as well. This is why I'm very excited to get him into that storyline. So, yeah. For sure. All right. Well, thank you.
Leave 2 comments. Leave a wild, incoherent comment tonight, and then come back and put a better comment tomorrow.
Yeah, what he
More
said.
Comments.
You can leave 5 comments if you feel like it. You're like, hey, comment again. I'm here. Comment again.
Hell yeah.
Still here. Comment again.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let your presence be known. Put your energy out there.
So yeah. Anyway, I love you guys a whole bunch. Thank you so much for chilling with us tonight. I appreciate it so much. And we're gonna go.
Peace and blessings.
My outro is gonna play, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.